go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking live at this is actually my screen right here, and I am going to be closing out some trades for you. We are going to close these out right now. Maria's got me set up here. We got 30 seconds to the open. Here's what they are. Let's take a look here. All right, here we go. We're going to take a look at this meta trade. This is going to be opening right here, and we're going to see the CLS trade. Let's see where these open at. All right, we want to take a look at both of these. Look at these numbers. These look great. These look absolutely great. I don't know if you can see that on my screen or not, but we are looking great on both of these. Are you kidding me? Look at these. Let's get out of this. 8 cents on this meta trade. Let's go ahead. We will gladly pay 8 cents to get out. We're going to close this position. We are going to make 99% on this money. Look at this, 7 cents. Are you kidding me? I will gladly just go ahead and get out of that for 7 cents all day long. Boom, bada boom, bada boom. There we go. We got out of that for 7 cents. And now let's take a look at that other one that we had. We had a position on in, what's our good friend that's left here? CLS. All right, CLS. Let's take a look at the chart here and see what's going on this morning. This thing is coming back down. I'm not crazy about that. Let's get out of this thing. So we're down $107 on it. Really? Let's hold off on that one. I think we're going to have we might have some good moves on this. Normally what happens on these earnings trades is I like to get out of them right away if I can get out at even Steven or a profit. We are looking at, let's look back at this. Let's see this is the minute chart. This doesn't look like it's heading our way. This does not look like it's heading our way. Let's see if this bad boy turns around. Sometimes they turn around in the first 5 or 6 minutes. We got out of that meta trade in a huge, almost 100% profit. That was nice. And now we're looking at, so the market, by the way, the market is down 27 points. I'm not sure that you can see that on my screen. Let's see if I can't do a little adjustment here. How about we do this? And how about I give you a little bit more of that screen right here? There. Now you can see exactly what's going on. I think that will help. And so we got to look at this CLS. This is still moving down. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Look at this. There we go. There we go. We got all the naysayers now you got these people coming back in are saying, well, you know what? If it's down that low, I'll buy it. Let's take a quick look at our position. Where are we on this thing right here? Remember, Maria put these on yesterday for me, her earnings trades. Oh, look at this spread. This is something you got to keep track of too. These market makers, these freaking thieves. Look at what they're doing this morning on this spread. This is nuts. $3 spread. It's like 50% spread. I'm not going to pay that. That's nuts. Well, you know what? I'm blocking our clock. Which way direction do I need to go here? There we go. Look at that. I got to go farther over here. There we go. Over towards Maria's microphone. I know Maria was frustrated that she ended up putting those trades on me yesterday, but all right, so where look at this. Now it's starting to move. It's starting to move a little bit. We want to get out of this for the least amount of money, right? So look at this. It turned green. How about that? How about that? $40 to the good. I like to get rid of these things when you can get a profit, but I'll be danged if I'm going to, I'm not going to go ahead and do this when the spread is still so wide. This thing's going to tighten up, and when it does, I think we're going to have a lot better chance of getting out for good money. I think we will get a lot better chance of getting out for good money. All right, let's take a look at it one more time. Yep, now it's heading to the downside. I think I'm going to stick with this one a little longer. Let me take a look at my Qs this morning. We're still, I'm down $1,100 on these things, and woulda, coulda, shoulda. I could have gotten out, the other day. 60% or something. And I still, I keep looking over here at this extrinsic. This is what I look at. And I'm not sure that you can see it on the screen, but this extrinsic is what's really important to me. And I think to myself, I got $6,500. Maria calls this the savings account, right? And then your net lick is your checking account. So right now, all this money is in my savings account. As long as I can go 36 days and stay above 23,000, all this is going to come to me. So the question is, at what point do you want to switch over and get a new Crazy Ivan? I mean, that's what it comes down to. And I'm thinking I'm going to hang on to this for a little bit longer. I'm at 53%. The rule is to get out at 25%, but I only got 4 of them. On this account, I can have up to 65 of them. And so I just got to hang on. Now, let's take a look real quick and say, what would I normally do? The Crazy Ivans, what I do is I go out 45 to 60 days. So I would go out here 49 days. And by the way, why 49 days? Because it's between 45 and 60. And this is the March 20th. It's the AMs I like, not the PMs. Notice it's the same date because here's futures contract switches. And this is 61 days. So that 61 days is too far out for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. If I was going to put one on today, I would put one on at 49. The problem is it's not down enough over here. If it was down more, I definitely would do it. I mean, I 100% would do it. But it's not quite down enough. But let's just take a look. I always go 12 delta. So let's go out to 12 delta for these. Some people say, well, show me how you do these. Okay, I'll show you. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. We got something at 12 delta. It's hard to see these numbers. Say 13 delta. Okay, so I like to do them. There we go. Okay, so I like to do these. There it is. Okay, so I like to do these on the 250s, the 500s, the 750s, and the 1000s. There's always a little bit more action there. Yeah, and look at this. This is exactly what's shaping up here. You got 145, 1,450 of these. So look at that. Here's somebody, she's trading Microsoft this morning. I can see that in her account. So this is where I would, if I was going to put one on, and I see, okay, so now the market's down 112. I kind of like that. I like it when it's down because, okay, we're losing on these, but we're going to come back and get, now I got 7,000 extrinsic. And look at this CLS. This has gone sideways on us. But we still got 15 days on it. What is at 280? I mean, it's trading at 315. So we got a lot of downside. We still got $35 in protection. And just because we're down here today, I'm not panicking about that one at all. We got out of Meta for a huge profit, almost 100%. So I'm not really that excited about this situation on CLS. But on the Qs, I do kind of like this when it's down 130. I'm going to do a Crazy Ivan. Okay, just for, if nothing else, just for the fun of doing it. Let's do this. It is, they are willing to pay me. They're saying, Rob, I'll pay you $190 for it. No. What I like to do is I'm going to look out here. I'm going to say, you know what I see over here? I see that if I went 100 over, if it dropped down another 100, right now we're down 148. If I drop down another 100, maybe another 200, I would get $211. So let's do this. It's a $200 with a 200 point move. I would get 208, and the volatility will help it out. Let's call it 211. Let's call it 215. 215. So people will say, well, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Let's see what we got out here. We got that beautiful fill on Meta. I love that. I absolutely love that trade. All right, so I'm going to go back to my Crazy Ivan. I want 215. We're going to put that on. Boom, boom, boom. And there it is on. And so I need to, let's just do this real quick. We got the clock in the background going good. So now I'm also going to put on another Crazy Ivan here. See, this one is right now at 215, and now we're down only 138. I'm going to put on another Crazy Ivan. That one's at 215. So I'm going to put out another one at 230. So what I'm saying is, if you guys are willing to give me 230.50, let's say. If you're willing to pay me that much, then I'll go ahead and take that. And, you can see that these are normally, just so you can see. This is pretty typical. And we're getting nice and money today for some reason. For 14, no, thank you. I've done enough of those. The person that calls me the most is called Block Caller. So, okay, so for $14,000 in buying power here, I'm going to be able to get $4,600. So if I take that, if I get 25%, it averages about every 2 weeks, 14 days. So I'd get $1,000, which would be 25%-ish around there. I get that 26 times a year, that every 2 weeks, that would be $26,000 return on 14,000 buying power. Not too shabby. Even if you throw a loser in there that might take 8 weeks to recover, so you're going to have to take 8,000 off that 26,000. You still would make 18,000 on 14,000. I mean, that is great. I mean, that's fantastic. So, okay, so what did we say? We're going to go ahead and put this out there. Boom, boom, boom. And there it is. And we put that out there. And look at this. So these are our two crazy Ivans. I love to keep track of these on the side. You can see exactly what's going on. There's our meta. What did we not put in an order on the, we did not put an order in on the CLS. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're down $157. But again, remember, it's 280 versus 313. So it's got to go below 330. It's got to go below 280 before we're in the money. So eventually all this, remember, this is the savings account, right? This is Maria's savings account. This is extrinsic. This will all come to you as long as you stay above your number. So look at this. This 23,000 over here, it's up against 26,000. I'm 3,000 to the good. 3,000 to the good, famous last words. But I got $7,000 over here in extrinsic. You know, I've been in this trade 15 days, so it's a little bit longer. Well, like I said, normally you get out at 25% profit and you get out at 14 days. So as my mom used to say, do as I say, not as I do. So I should be out of this, you know, but now I'm getting greedy because it's only 4. I can do 65 of them. I got 2 of them that are hitting out there. So I'm watching this. I'm watching this Celeste just to see if this comes back. But you know what? I think I'm going to hang on to this. I am feeling really good about this. We're going to get some AI earnings come out. And when those AI companies come out, I bet you this is going to go up. But you know what? It's immaterial to my account size. So it's an issue of risk tolerance. I have a lot of risk tolerance when it comes to this particular trade. The sizing is extremely small for the account size. So it's an advantage. You know, the whole system is set up for players with more money. You know, regardless of where you are, there's always somebody out there with more money, and they have an advantage in this system because they can spread their risk out. Their risk tolerance is higher. They can take on a lot more risk in a lot of different places than you can, and they can afford to lose it, which you can't, right? And there's no mental side of it. If you guys have never traded with us before, my name is Rob Helmick. I do 100% math, not 100%. Look at that. There's buy to close. So Tyler's closing some hood, or Maria is. Maria and Tyler are my wife and son, and he's 30. He trades a lot of wheel strategy, the Reddit stocks as well. Maria, she does a lot of the Mag 7. She uses AI every day. She uses Vera 2.0, which is the AI system that she built. Hey, there's 42. It's 9:42 in our background. That's our new clock. Next to the clock back there, you'll see the bot that we have Maria gave me. So at any rate, all I do is math-based trading primarily. I do about 150 to 200 SPX 0 DTEs every single day. I do 30,000 a year. I do 7 to 10 million back tests every single week. We take those back tests and we put those into Vera 2.0, our AI virtual assistant. She processes those. She recommends 200 of them based on a bunch of criteria that we have that took us a year to develop. And then I put all those trades. I take the top 100, 150, and I put those into the bot, and the bot trades them automatically. And normally I just go surfing or lay out by the pool. We live in Daytona Beach, Florida, so I don't have to worry about that. Maria trades and Tyler trades 8 hours a day or 6 hours a day. They're in front of the screen constantly, and they're watching the charts and they're watching the news and all that kind of stuff. I don't do that. I'm too old to be spending time watching the news or worried about what Trump says or what some analysts say or about what Fed Powell says. That just is not of interest to me. I simply look for the math for a mathematical advantage. I was a gambler for years, and I looked for a mathematical advantage in that and got kicked out of all the casinos as a result of winning against them due to some math that I was able to work on, doing some other thing, counting cards and that kind of thing, which is completely legal. But it's, you know, they just like the head of Caesar's Palace told me, is we don't care if you win or lose, Rob, as long as you don't win. And so what I like about options and why I've been doing this for years and years and years is over 2,000 straight days with Maria is that in options, you can do an unlimited amount. There's a very low slippage, not in CLS today, but it gives you an opportunity to get in and out quick, extremely liquid. You don't have to wait for the end of the game to get paid. So I kind of like that a lot. I mean, I like it a lot. So, okay, enough about me. Let's go back. Look at this. Now this market's down 200. Now we're talking. Let's see where our crazy Ivans are. Okay, so I like to go back here and look at this one. Remember, I put this on. I think it was trading like at 190. Now it's at 195. We're willing to take. If they pay us $215, we'll go ahead and put that first one out. And then the second crazy Ivan's at 230. What's a crazy Ivan? People ask. Crazy Ivan is a trade that it's my bread and butter trade. If I had one trade to do the rest of my life, it would be the Crazy Ivan. Now, based on my account size, I'm able to do, it's a naked put in the NQs, and I put it 45 to 60 days out at the 12 delta. I always go out, I always ask for more than the market. So today, what we did here at, I think it was around here, right in here somewhere. So here's what I did. I went out to 12 delta. It was 12 delta when we went out there this morning. It's now 15 delta. But we were, look at this spread, those frickin' thieves. God dang it. Oh, there it's coming back a little bit. You got to watch this spread, by the way, folks. I mean, these market makers, they think we don't watch. We watch. We know what the heck we're doing. They think we're idiots. We're not. We know what we're doing. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to sell this short. It's going to cost me $14,000 in buying power. I'm going to get $4,000 worth of premium. I normally close them at 25%. It takes around 14 days. So I would get the $1,000 in 14 days. That's 26 times a year. That's $26,000. If I have one or two losers, I had one loser last year, which you just roll it down and out. Or if you get one, here's what I do to manage it. If the market comes down, right? So I'm at 23.5, the market's at 25, let's call it 26,000. If it came down to 24,000, I would just do this. I would just I would just back this up by buying a put. That stops the bleeding. It gives you all your buying power back. And now when I do it, this probably is going to be trading at 600, 500, something like that. Yeah, it's going to cost me a lot of money. I get it, right? But probably what's going to happen is in 3 or 4 days, especially in the Trump era, it doesn't take long. Even with COVID, it only took 44 days, but and then it was up 15%. So normally it comes back in 3 or 4, 10 days, whatever it might be. And so then what I do is let's say I paid $500 to get this one. In 14 days or so, I'll probably be able to sell it for $300. So my only cost really is 300 points. And, I'll make that in with 6 trades, right? Because I'm making 50 points a trade. So I'll make that in six trades. So instead of winning 26,000, I'm going to pay extra 6,000 to get out. So I'll win 20,000 in the year on buying power of 14,000. That's great. Okay, so there goes some SPX trades. Again, all done by robot. You notice nothing on my sleeve. Didn't do anything there that you can see them coming on. So it looks like, let's just see where we got the fills here. So what do we do this morning? It looks like we got we did 2 lot, and we asked for this. I love Tasty Trade because of this. All the brokers do it, but Tasty Trade is really efficient. And so I asked for $2.05 over here, and I got $2.10. So they even paid me a little extra. And then what happens is with each of those, you'll see that they put in a stop loss. So here it looks like a 95% stop loss. So we went in at maybe even 125%. We went at 210, and it's going to punch it out at 480, and the other one is going to punch out at 440. So you get a pretty good idea of how that's done. It's all done automatically. And so back to the Crazy Ivan. So this is how I would punch it out. And it's pretty straightforward how that works. And you notice my buying power went down to $563. So I was able to drop that down quite a bit. Good morning to the chat room. Hello, YJ965. Sorry to do a surprise on you guys. I didn't put anything out. I'm surprised anyone at all is in here. We're 20 minutes in. And I'm surprised anybody is in the chat room, but good for you. Good for you. If you have any questions, feel free to give them to me. I'm happy to answer anything about what we do. On the SPX, I only do 2 trades: multiple entry iron condors and exponential moving averages. On our YouTube channel, I've got detailed explanations of how those work, but they're pretty straightforward. I can show you. Why not? I'm sitting here with nothing else to do. Let me get a drink of this coffee. Maria got some excellent coffee called Kimbo, Kimbo, from an Italian restaurant that we have here in town. It is so good. I got to, and I'm a caffeine addict. I have a very addictive personality. If you haven't found that out, I'm addicted to trading. And man, do I love that coffee. And you know what else I love? I love down days. Oh, I love down days because I'm going to sell premium that I was selling for, just a couple for $100. I'm selling for way more. Let's look at the Qs. Look at this, 230. It's only not 193. If you want to look something interesting to see what I did here in the past, let's look at the last 30 days. You can see all these Qs, and you can see a real pattern here, right? So here I'm selling to open. Here I'm closing them as I make the money. Here I'm selling more to open. Here I'm closing a bunch of them. And here I'm selling more to open. You can see that. Good morning to DGAZ at 3057 and tracking the market. Are there certain percentages from the current price that you automatically sell from? Yes. And if you would have been here early, no, I'm just kidding because I just did this as a surprise. So this CLS, we're down $300. Let's go back again. This was a earnings trade. We did 100% winner on Meta that Maria gave us yesterday. She gave us this CLS. We've got a strike price at 280. It's trading at 306. We got plenty of room. This is our savings account over here. This extrinsic will come to us. Let's quickly go to the crazy Ivan again. So what do I normally do? Just for those of you new to the channel, this is my go-to trade. And the way I do it is I do 45 to 60 days. And then what I'm going to do is 12 delta. And I do it the same. I've been doing it for years and years and years. It pays all the bills, pays for the house, for the cars, whatever. So it's so simple. So you go 45 to 60 days, right? And it's going to be somewhere between 49 and 50. And if I can avoid the weeklies, I like to avoid the weeklies because there's more liquidity. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go to 12 delta. This was 12 delta when I looked at it this morning. Now it's 15 delta. Look at that thing go down 178. If we could just get like 400 down, that would be awesome. So if I was going to put one on right now, I'd go to the 12 delta. I always like to go on the 250. So I want to go for 23,000, 22,750, 22,500, or 22,250. There's more liquidity there. You can very easily see where the liquidity is, right? This will tell you what is the open interest, and that's where I like to look. And if you're ever interested, you can go up here and you can see all kinds of different stuff. I like to look at the last price once in a while. Tyler taught me how to do this. Last price, there it is. So I can see, look at this. I think this is the one did I open it? No, I haven't. I didn't. That traded at 171, and right now they're paying you. Look at these thieves. There it is. The spread here is too wide, but now they're paying you around 200. I think I've got it in. What do I have it in at? I've got it in just the Qs. I've got the Qs working at 215 is what I want. So it's come up. I think it was 190 when we started. So if this, look at that, down 200. That is great. If we can just get this thing to go down a little bit more. So anyway, so what I would do right now is I would go out here to the 12s. Here we go. And I would sell this. And look, $12,000 is what it almost always is in buying power. And you're going to get around 3150. Like I say, it's between 4,000 and 3,000. And it's going to take 14 days on average. So you're going to get it 26 times a year. Last year I had one loser. That's going to cost you about 6 of them. And so then you're only going to win 20, right? And so you're going to make, say you make $1,000 or $750, you're going to make $15,000 to $20,000 a year on $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 worth of buying power. It's a great trade. It has always worked for there. There's Maria selling to open. So she's actually, maybe that was Tyler. You'll hear Tyler start trading pretty soon here. He'll start scalping the Qs. I'm guessing he's scalping them already. Oh, we're down 220. This is great. This is great. I've never done a live broadcast in the morning before. It's kind of fun. I like it. I like it a lot. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat. Happy to talk to you. I got to do a couple videos later today, but I've been at this for 24 minutes now. Doesn't seem like that long at all. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so let's take a look and say, where are we in our positions? Look at these. These, I think, were up like 60% earlier today. Now they're at 42%. They're down. But again, it doesn't matter. This is 23,000 is my strike price on these, and I've got 2,900 to the good. I mean, I'm golden. And if they are, if they do get within 250 points of that, it gets to 23. If this gets to 23.5, then, if this gets to 23.5, then, like I said, I'll just either roll it down and out or just buy normally what I do is I just buy a put right behind it. And just to go over that one quick time, if it does roll down to 23.5 on those other ones, I would just do this. I would just buy another put behind it. It's going to cost me 600. Look at that. I don't know if you can't see it, but you could hear it. We got tons of these SPX coming on. Let's take a look here. Boom. All these just came on. Let's just look at the filled orders. It's still trying to fill. You can't do this by hand, right? And you look at this. This is, again, I love these when I'm asking for 195 and they're paying me 205. That's great. And then you'll see automatically the bots. I do 150 to 200 trades a day. Now it keeps going up. And based on 7 million back tests that we do, we back test 7 million trades every single week and then run that through AI. And then we put the bots on to do the trading. And I don't know if you can see over my head here. There it is. It is the robot. No, don't say robot. She gets so mad. I got to say bot. And then you can see here's where the bots are putting the stop orders. And like I say, we're up right around 400,000 in that account since October 1st. And we have $1 million challenge and a $30,000 challenge. So regardless of the size of your account, this can work. On Sundays at 6 p.m., Maria and I give out all of our, not all of our trades, but most of our trades, and including we give out 6 for the $30,000 accounts. And that one's up. We started that October 1st with 30 grand, obviously. And it's got about 42,000 in it. So $12,000 profit. Yeah, I apologize for talking fast. I talk fast. And so you can always slow this down on the replay. But we're up $12,000 in, 4 months. So that's a third of the year. So that would be, is that right? Yeah, $12,000. So that would be $36,000. So it'd be $36,000 profit on a $30,000 account. So it's over 100%. That's for sure. So things are going. Good morning to Ace Ventura, and thank you Tracking the Market. I love that name. So yeah, it's a great thing. And if I was halfway intelligent, I would be able to bring up a thing with options. I use Options Omega for trading. Again, this was not scripted. This was not planned. Maria said, well, maybe you just want to do a show this morning on, selling my I don't trade earnings. Okay. But we did a show last night with Maria. Maria comes on the show once in a while. We do a show every single night now at 3:30. And she came on the show and said, I want to do some earnings trades. So, okay, she wants to do some earnings trades. We'll do some earnings trades. I know where my bread is buttered. Yeah, no problem. So let's take a look and see where we are here on this particular account. I don't know if I can show this online. I'm going to try it. I am going to try it. Let's just see if it pops up or not. It does. Hey, here we go. So here's where we are for the last 7 days in the $1 million account. As you can see, we've done 592 trades, and we were up like $56,000. But let's go back to October 1st. That's really what everybody likes to say. Well, Rob, you can't do it over time. It's not what we started October 1st, so we'll just punch that in here. And so it's 387,000. So I misspoke. And does that include today? Yeah, well, you don't want to include today because the way that they count it, they count just the losses today. I don't know that we've had any, but okay. So we're up 380,000. Notice the capture rate is 13.3%. We've done 11,128 trades. And it speaks for itself. You can see, when you get it, and the way it works with math-based trading is I have never looked at the charts. I don't look at the news. I don't look at any of that. I just watch, the math. That's all it is. It's just a matter of doing the back testing, and that's what proves it. And, when you get in some of these down moves, let me tell you, it's not easy, right? You have to trust the math, and it's the long play that you have to be thinking of. It's not just sure, we can look back right now and say, oh, well, you're up $387,000 in $1 million account in 4 months. That's fantastic. Yeah. But when you're, in some of these down moves, like look at this, you were down 4 days in a row. Here you're up and down, and your wife and your kids are looking at you like, Dad, are you sure the math is good? How are we going to make the car payment, the house payment? You want to be sure you don't trade too much. When I was gambling, I always told people, they said, how much to bet, Rob? I said, always do this. Take the amount of money you're willing to lose, not the amount of money you have, the amount of money you're willing to lose, divide that by 100, okay? That should be the size of your bet. If you are looking at the charts, you're betting too big on these stocks, okay? You want it to be like, I don't care about these trades today. I'll do 150 trades. I won't look at one of them. It just doesn't matter to, oh, hey, we just got filled. Are you kidding me? Oh, look at this. We're down to, I got to go over to Tasty Trade. Look at this. We're down 250 and the Qs. I love down days. Remember we said we're going to put on that crazy Ivan? Look at this. Here we go. We got to fill. Let's just do it for today. Boom, boom. Here we go. So we filled this at 215. We put that out there it was trading at 190. And we said, if someone is crazy enough to pay us $215, we'll take it. That's the crazy Ivan. I love that. Now, what I like to do is I go in here and I name these so that I don't forget. Let's take this one off. And I'm going to name these. This is in Tasty Trade. I like Tasty Trade. I use Schwab too. We use both. We've tried lots of other ones. People say commissions are high in Tasty. I disagree. First of all commissions are negotiable. Number two, commissions are pennies, right? Slippage is dollars. If you have 5 cents of slippage, that's $5 because you're trading at 100 shares in each option. So if you're saving 10 cents on the commission, but the slippage at some other, Fidelity or IBKR or whatever is 5 cents, that's $5 that you're going to lose compared to the 10 cents in commissions you might save. So why in the world would you be concerned with commissions or fees? It's all about the slippage. And I've double checked this over and over and over. I've checked it. I've run it through all kinds of real live trading. Tasty and Schwab are head and shoulders better when it comes to slippage. All right, let's get back to this. So I'm going to call this, today is 1-29, and I'm going to remind myself to get at 25%, although I never do. And this was at 50% up this morning. I could have gotten out, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but that's okay. Now I'm going to be obstinate, right? And I'm going to hold on to this until I get up there. So there's that 129. There's some more SPX are coming in. Those are our little bots. Can't say robot. Look at that. Here they all come. And you can see a whole bunch of trades. Let's just look at the filled trades. So you can see at 10:01, let's see, these are the crazy I haven't got to fill. These went on at 9:54. Here comes a bunch of 10:01. So 1, 2, 3. What? We got another crazy Ivan? No way. We're down 365. What in the world is going on? I'm loving this. Let's get back in here. This is fantastic news. We're probably going to get punched out on some of these SPXs, but we don't care. Are you kidding me? Wow. Let's look at this. Let's clear this out. All right, 49 days. Let's take a look-see. All right, so now I would go down. I always like to trade on the 250s. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and just keep pushing on these. Let's keep pushing on these. All right, you want to go crazy? You want crazy? I'll go crazy. I like to go up $200. You won't believe this. The market's down, honey, the market's down 350. It just dropped 100 points in 1 minute.
I'm in the money on Microsoft.
No way.
I went ahead and even got more puts because it's so low. It's never been.
Come over here. You don't have to be on camera. Just come over and say hello.
Hello.
So what'd you do? You got more. I'm doing a crazy Ivan. Give me a second here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're getting punched out in some SPX. Again, it doesn't matter because I'm doing so many trades and they're so small. So we're going to put this in at 250. I got out of Meta at 100% profit, your earnings trade you gave me. And Celeste is down, but it's not in the money. It's like still $40 out. So I'm just going to hold that. I was telling them about the savings account versus checking account methodology that you use. Let's go ahead and put in this, just a second. I'm going to put in this crazy Ivan. I like to go 200 points higher. So I'm going to be at, let's go at 255. So if they're going to give me 255, yeah. You got to put at Microsoft for $395? How many days out? This is live trading, folks. Husband and wife trading, 2,100 days in a row. What was the strike price, honey? $395. And what's the date? I'm sorry, what's the date? March 20th, $395. That's my banker wife there. And it's trading out for $7.60. That's a pretty sweet trade. You got 7. Well, because it's heading down. What happened to the market? You news traders, just doing this thing. I love down days. We're getting punched out to the put side. That's okay. That's what happens if you look back. Let's take a look at another great thing about Options Omega. This is actually kind of fun to do live trading. I didn't think it'd be this much fun on a down day, right? I love down days. Down days are the best. I don't have my soundboard close to me though. All right, so I'm going to get this up here on the screen. Using your strategy, my win rate has to be well over 80%. It is, yes. The reason that the strategy is such a high winning rate on the Crazy Ivan is because I get out at 25%, allegedly. Once I get I can have 65 in this particular account. So once I get into the 40s, I'll just start taking off at 25%. But when I only got 4 or 5 or whatever. So let's take a look at this position in the Qs and what I got 2 of them today, and my average price right now is 220. No, it's 222, and it's at 237. We're down 375 points. I love this. I absolutely love it. Look at this CLS. Even though it's down gigantic, down 46 points, Maria. This is why when you put on these earnings trades, you got to be sure you're out of the money, right? Maria was out of the money. She's in the money on Microsoft, she said, but what she did is rather than panicking and taking a loss, because it's down big today, she'll go in and just average down. And we never, ever, ever use more than 50% buying power. I personally only use 30% buying power for the Qs. And then I have all this extra buying, 70% buying power. What am I going to do with it? That's why I do the 0 DTEs, because I get it back every day. And let's suppose that we had 1,000 or 2,000 point drop today, right? China blows up Taiwan or something. 2,000 point drop today, what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to trade SPX the next day, right? Because all my buying power will go from 30% to, say, 60%. And I'm not even at that. I'm like at 5% right now. So let's take a quick look at Options Omega, and we'll see where we are in the live trading. All right, this is the live trading. You can see you take the green minus the red. So we're down like $1,400, and you can see here are the trades, and you can screen capture this later and see all the different trades I'm putting on. I don't care. It's fine. I got nothing to hide. Some people tell me, "Oh, Rob, you're teaching everyone how to trade using SPX." Yeah, I am. And you're not charging for it. Yeah, no, I'm not. Why? I have done okay in the past, so don't worry about me. I'm going to be able to eat. So I just think the little guy gets screwed. Excuse my French, but the little guy, it's a gyp. This whole market is against them. And then they have crazy rules like PDT where, like, if you're a small trader, we're going to stop you from trading halfway through your trades. That's insane. Those people should have protections. So it pisses me off, and I want to try and help the little guy. That's my game. My only frustration in doing this is that the Discord, it gets so many fakers in there that I kind of pisses me off. But, okay, so what was the question? Let me look back at the chat. Yes, so do you look at calendars and ratio spreads on ES and NQ? I do not. And I'll tell you, Silver Ghost Bus Trader, I have looked at all of these types of trades. I simply am a math trader, so I look at the math of it, and I do back trading, and I am still looking for a double. A lot of people tell me double calendars are great. I have yet to find one that pays where I can do it with a bot. When summer comes, which is April here, I like to go surfing, and I don't want to be in front of the screen all day unless I'm doing it live with you guys. So that's the only thing I want to do. And I am not interested in having to watch the screen all day and to see where my particular trades are. I would like to find a double calendar that I can run with a bot. I've tried orbs. I can't find anything for a orb opening range breakout to the downside. There are some that work to the upside. Options Omega just came out. It's where I do all my strategies as well. They just came out with a new thing where you can track you can put it on. You can bring an orb opening any time of day, not just at the opening range breakout. And so I've toyed with that, and I'll look at that. I've looked at some reverse iron condors as well, and I just haven't found anything that I like there. So here comes some new. Maybe you can hear these SPX are coming in. We're down 350 points. Here we can see these things coming in. These are the Qs. So let's see. Some SPXs just got filled. You can see these punch outs over here. When it says buy to close, those are the losers. But as you can see, let's see here. Oh, you know what? I don't have it on my screen. My bad. So here is you can see all these things that are coming on today. So we put on some new ones at 10:08, and at 10:03 we got punched out, and 10:01. Let's see all the different trades we got. We went in at 9:54, a bunch of them, and it looks like we got punched out on a few. And if we go back over here to Options Omega, and we scroll down to the bottom, I am covering up a lot of the screen. I apologize for that. But you can see, I need to make this better for you guys so that you can see there. You can see all the losers that we have down here, and you can see where they are. These are being punched out 95%, were these 225 at 95%. And these are got punched out at what time? At 10:03, 10:04, and they went on at 9:54. So I only had them for 10 minutes, and then I lost on them. And so that's okay. What are we down now? $1,100, but it's fine. You know what I ought to do is I ought to screen capture this and then use it later in the day. Yesterday, I think we were down 10 or 20 grand around noon, and then we ended up winning. Well, no, that's the day before yesterday. Yesterday was FOMC day, so we didn't trade that day. And we did a show. We do a show every day at 3:30. So I put on a couple of trades, I think 5 or 6 trades at 351, and we won 3 or 4 grand on that. Let's go back to the Tasty Trade chart. I want to see what's going on here. Down 368. This is gravy. I love this. What else I got in the chat room? Thank you, you man. Thank you very much. All right, let's take a look some more at these trades. Yeah, we're looking good here. And this, I still like this. I still like this Crazy Ivan. I've got one working out there at 232, and I want to go film some videos later today or in a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on one more Crazy Ivan. Let's just say, it's just the Crazy Ivan, just for fun and giggles. Is that the right word? Fun and giggles. So, okay, I like to keep them in bunches here. And so let's go to the open interest. I like to see that. And you can see where the big bunches are and why. It's not look, this is not rocket science, okay? It's simple. I'm an idiot. IDOT, right? So I just want to keep it super simple. Super simple. So okay, it's trading at 230. That's great. So I'm going to say I like to go 200 more. If you're going to give me, we already did one at 250. Let's go another 100 out here. Let's say if you give me 265. If you're crazy enough to give me 265, I will take it. And I just do onesies. I do ones lots. And so notice 15,000 buying power. I'm going to get $5,000 there. And if that gets to 25%, I'll get $1,250. And that takes about 14 days, 26 times a year. Somebody do the math. I went to public school. I'm not sure what it is. I'll tell you what it is. Boatload of money. Boatload. That's what I'm looking for. Review and send. Boom, boom, boom. There's the order. That's in. And let's take a look on the working orders, not the Qs. Let's take a look at just the NQs. So here's what we've got. So today we filled 2 of these bad boys. I had no plan to sell Qs this morning, none whatsoever. I was just not even looking at the market. But because Maria had those trades on for me, and now we're at down 330. I think we were down 350 if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a quick look at the chart. Do I have a chart? No, I don't. Let's take a look at options Omega. So where are we now? Everybody likes to see it when Rob loses, right? So we're down $1,200 or so. Let's go back to this is a better chart. Let's look at this one because here it shows winning 387,000 since October 1st to yesterday. So that's a lot more fun. I wonder if we can show the monthlies. Let's show the monthlies, huh? Monthlies are fun. Let's see how we did. So this would be since October 1st. So no, let's just do here and say, well, what did we get in November, right? November, here we go. So in November, we won 55,000. That seems a little light to me, but okay. And then what do we win in December? Let's go to November 1st, and let's go to December 1st. And there we won 66,000. No, that can't be right. I've got it sorted on the wrong thing. Let's just do this. Let's just take out some of these. I don't know why that would be. Is that all we won in November 1st to December 1st? Huh? I thought we won more than that. Okay, well, let's do here. And let's just 12 first, and let's go to the end of the year. Oh, here we go. We made 147,000 in December. That's pretty good for a short month. And then let's see, how do we do from January 1st until, yes, I know, until today. We don't want, as of yesterday, and we're up 70 grand for this month. So it gives you kind of an idea of where we are. And more importantly, what everybody likes to see is where are we today? And here's where we are today. And so let's go back to the Tasty Trade chart and see what we've got. We've got this Crazy Ivan hanging out there. And this is the craziest Ivan. This is the Crazy Ivan. And these are all the trades that we put on today. Let's take a look at the SPX. Let's take a look and see where we are on these SPX trades just so you can see. if you're interested in where we are on SPX. And we are trading, no, we're not trading the 14 days. We're trading the 0 days, and we're not trading that. We're trading the end of the month. No, here we go, 0 days today. And so looks like, where are these things? Oh, look at this. Wow, they're way out of the money. Oh, that's great. So we're just watching these things go down, and as they go down, we'd be making money. We want these all to go to 0. And on the put side, it looks like we've been wiped out on the put side. No, there's a couple still there, still short. And then the longs are way down here. You know, I wonder if we can get rid of some longs. Let's see if we can. Yeah, let's go ahead and close out some longs. This will be fun. All right, so these longs, we can get rid of these eight longs. They're just hanging there. We can get 20 cents each. That's $160 we can make. So let's do that. So we're going to go over here. I'll show you how to do it. This is how you can sell these longs, man. If you're looking for something to do, and you're kind of bored during the day, this is kind of fun. So what we'll do is I'm going to do a search, and I'm going to search for, we're going to close these down live. This is live trading, folks. We're going to close the 6740. So we're going to type in 6740, and I'm going to hit search, and it's going to show me one. I'm going to go down here. I want to make sure that you can see me doing this. You cannot. You know what? Let me move this. Move this here, and I'm going to see if I can't. I'm going to try and make it so that you can see the whole dang thing. Beauty of live TV. Okay, so I'm going to try and show this to you live. So, you know what? Let's do this. Let's just make this smaller. At least you'll be able to see it, right? Okay. So now we'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm doing. I searched for 6740, okay? So now I'm going to go here. I'm going to close this out live. We're going to go to change our exit conditions. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's just take me out of this. How about that? Boom. All right. So I'm going to change the exit conditions. This is options Omega. This is live. We're going to do a closing order. We're going to do this order for right now is trading at 15 to 20 cents. How did I know that? Look here. Look here, right here. You can see it's 15 by 20. So I'm going to try and get 20 cents on these ones. We're going to go back over here to options Omega. I'm going to put this in for 20 cents. I don't know. This might be a little aggressive. I'm going to go down. It's going to do that for 10 seconds. I'm not going to ignore the business long. I'm not going to switch it to a market order. You know what? I will. Oh, down 412 points. Ooh, this thing is crashing to the downside. You know what? I'm going to hang on just a second here. I'm going to hang on just a second. Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm getting greedy now. Let's get 25 cents. It's only, I know, it's only $25. I get it. And it's a 4 lot, so it's worth, but still worth $100. I'm not going to put in a market order, okay? We're going to put this boom over here. We're going to go over to Tasty Trade, right? We're going to go ahead and see if it put in my order. What do you know? There it is right there. You can see it on the screen. And that way, I don't have to worry about putting the order in at Tasty Trade. It's controlled by Options Omega. And what's great is then Options Omega, as you can see, they've got all the data here, right? And so when I scroll down and I look at my closed orders, this goes into a closed order. It'll be down here and tells you the reason why it closed and whatnot. But this will be a profit. So right now it says I have no winners. I have 5 losers. And what are we down? Like $1,000 or something. So, and we're down 408 points. Let's get back to Tasty Trade. This is great. Wow, I had no idea this was going to happen today. So look at this. I'm getting a little greedy here. Let's go ahead and change this order and see if we can't just, you know what we'll do? We got 8 of them, I think. Let's do another 4. Let's do another 4. We got 8 of them here. It's trading 10 by 20. Let's see if we can get 20 cents on the other one. I'm going to go to Options Omega. Look at this, live TV. It's still 20 cents, right? So I'm going to close trade now. We're going to take a look at this trade and you know what? I'm not going to do close trade now. I'm going to change the market order. Let's do that. We're going to change this order. So we're going to go here, edit conditions, and we're going to take this out. So can you see that? Good. All right. So we're going to go here. I'm going to go closing order. And what did we say we wanted? I'm going to try and get 20 cents on these. I'm going to get 20 cents, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it 45. I'm going to give it 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, if it doesn't fill, it's going to switch over to a market order and it'll just fill. So we're going to put that in. Let's go over to Tasty and see what's happening, right? We're going to go over to Tasty. We're going to watch this trade come in. There it is right here. You can see it right here. It's at 15 seconds. Somebody count this down for me. We got 30 seconds to go. I wish I had a clock somewhere that would tell me exactly what time it is by the seconds. Oh, that would be awesome. I wish I had a wife that got me a clock like, oh, wow, there's one. Yay, 10:19. What am I doing? I get addicted to this stuff. This is crazy. All right, come on, man. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get a fill. This is about ready to switch over to a market order. Did someone count down on 30 seconds for me? This should get a market fill any second now. Come on, give me a market fill. This should be, we're at 20 cents. Still, we're going to get 4 times 15 bucks, I hope. And what are we doing here with the market is now, now it's only down 392. Dang. So how come this didn't switch over to a market order yet? This is the other one that I'm a little greedy on. I probably should change that one to 20 cents. Let's go ahead and we can change that one to 20 cents. Let's wait till this first one goes out. It should. I thought I put it in to switch over to a market order after 30 seconds. It hasn't, though, which surprises me. All right, we're down 400 now. That's kind of nice. I love this. I absolutely love this. Just on the Qs, let's see where we are. So it's at 233. I sold one at 215. I sold one at 230. It was 190, I think, when we started. If someone would pay me 255 or 265, I would freaking love that. What's my average right now? I'm in at an average of, this is on 129. I'm at in at an average of 222, and right now the mark is what it's trading at. And look over here. These are the ones. These were at 50% yesterday and this morning. What he could have, shoulda, right? What he could have, shoulda. But that's okay. This is my savings account over here. This is extrinsic. It's all savings. This will all come back to me. And I've got 17,000 here. And then SPX doesn't matter because that'll be all gone at the end of the day. And Maria's earnings trade, it's still at 300 basically. And in 280 is where it's in the money. So, we're one day in. We got 15 days. In 15 days, all this money will come over to us. Probably will get out when this is around 50% or whatever. I'll do whatever she tells me. I'm guessing that's what she's going to say. And whatever happened to our SPX trade? Did that ever fill? It did not. I must have made it so it didn't put that in. So that's all right. Let's do this. We're going to go over, take a look at options Omega again. We're going to take a look at this first one. We're going to put this in. We're going to go to exit conditions at 25 cents. Let's see. Let's take 15 cents, see what happens. You know what? Let's do this. Yeah, 15. Why not? All right. There's no market order here. It's just going to put it in at 15. We're going to go over to Tasty. And, look at this. And here comes a whole bunch of new orders coming in. Whatever happened to my 15 cents get taken? Yes, here's my 15 cents. Oh, goody, goody, goody. That got taken down here. So we got our 60 bucks. And, because we were playing footsie with it, we ended up not getting as much as we could have. I'm a terrible person. Look at this. This is the SPX. So what is this thing coming back? So, yeah, still, no, it's 10 by 20. So getting 15 cents is great. Let's get out of the other one. We're going to go into options Omega, and we're going to get a nice... Look at this on Tasty. You can see now how the market has moved because here comes the market back to the quote unquote the upside. It's only down 350 now. It was down 400. Look at this. Now only 15 cents, those dirty dogs. But okay, let's go over to options Omega, and we're going to go ahead and it resets every minute. So it's still showing me as, let's change exit conditions for this one. We're actually out of that one. Oh, look at this. It's changing live. There it is. Weren't we down $1,000 a minute ago? I think we were. And you can see how it's moving. I'm kind of indifferent to it. After a while, you don't really, you want to be in a position where the bets are small enough that it doesn't matter. So, okay, let's see what the exit conditions are on this one. We have it at 15 cents. I'm not going to take a market order. That's out there at 15 cents. We'll just leave it. Okay, so that's where we are there. Things are looking pretty good. Any questions, put them in the chat room. I'm happy to go over all my strategies with you, tell you exactly what I do. And if you're interested in how we are doing, what this is December to January, we're up to 70,000. And then what did we say we were up? We started $1 million challenge on October 1st, which is probably more indicative of, so you got 11,000 trades here, and we're up 387 in $1 million account. So 38% over 3 months. That's right around 100 and something percent. That's, it's great. It's absolutely great. You can't poo-poo that. And I can go ahead and do this by just the small account as well. So this is just the $30,000 account. And you can see we're up $12,000. Even in the small account, we're only doing 6 a day. You have a lot more swings up and down. But you can see we did 2,000 trades and we're up $12,000 on a $30,000 account. So what is that? 30%, 40%, something like that, 35% in 4 months. So it's around 100% rate of return. The math doesn't support that. Normally, we try for 50 to 70% rate of return is what our target is. Before we were doing AI-assisted trades with Vera 2.0, our custom-built AI system. And by the way, I'm not trying to sell anything. We don't, we give away the free trades every Sunday night at 6 o'clock. Not all of them, but most of them. All of them in the small account. We've had some good fortune in our life. So what we try and do is just teach people how to be better traders. We show you how we trade. If it works for you, great. Do not copy us. Do your own work. But you can see pretty clearly what we do. We're pretty transparent on what we do, and we're always in the chat room every day at 3:30, and then we're also in the chat room every day at every Sunday at 6 p.m. So the stream thumbnail is gorgeous. It's a real world bargaining can. Yeah, I did that with AI. It is our pictures. That trade desk doesn't actually exist, but yeah, that's a fun little thumbnail that I created today or last night. I was bored waiting for AI to go through some of our trades. So, all right, let's take a look at this market. We are now down 350 points. Oh, I wish it was down 400. Let's take a look at our crazy Ivans. Those are my most fun trade. The SPX, you can see these SPX. These are all the trades that have filled. And so if it's sell to close, that's just me closing out the longs. If it's green, buy to close, that's always bad. So, these sell to opens, those are all good. Those are all good. We had a couple of bad ones, and, a couple of things went down to the put side when we were down 400. But things are progressing away, Let's see how we're doing here. You want to see how we're doing right now this morning. And here are all the losers. And see, these are the ones that we trade. We got out one at 15 cents, one at 20 cents. So that worked out great. And then you can see where we are. You take the green, you subtract the red, and we were down 1,000. Now we're down $180, something like that. And like I say, 2 days ago, we were down 5 or 10 grand at noon, and I think we made 19,000 something. We always put on trades at 351. I used to be a gambler, so I love the 9-minute trade, and that's been pretty successful for us. That's one of the 7 million back tests that we do. That's in the top 100, and I think it's actually in the top 15 trades. A lot of people tell you a lot of things about SPX, and it's just not true. We do the back testing, which tells us exactly what is true and what's not true. And what we've discovered is that a lot of what people tell you is just not backed up by the data. I'm 100% math-based trading. That's what I do, other than my crazy Ivans. And so it's just the math. I just follow the math. People always ask me, well, Rob, why is 10:01 better than 10:56? Why is 15:51? It can't because of this or that. Or maybe, it's because of the market on close orders, or 10:01 because of the news, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. The answer is I don't know. I don't know what is driving the market. The market is a group of sheep, right? And people watch us, or they watch somebody out there, and the sheep go and they start selling over here. I sell over here, right? It's just economics. It's just math. It's just simple stuff. If you got a lot of people that are selling over here, right, the price is going to go down. They're not going to get as much. So I'm selling over here where it's really high. Remember that movie Trading Places? They orange juice for sale. Goes crazy, right? That's where you want to be. So then the sheep are going to say, ooh, I heard Rob's over there. I saw it on YouTube. They go over here, right? And they start selling over here. They go selling over here. What the back test say? Sell over here. So we just move over here. And the sheep are moving around, and so are we. And we're just going where they aren't. Because we just want to sell where we're getting the most premium. And, some days they're going to catch up with us. That's okay. It happens. But this is what we want to do. If you sell enough of them over enough spread of time, and you do multiple strategies, multiple entry times, multiple premium targets, multiple wing widths, multiple stop losses, right? You do all those variables, you're going to have non-correlated trades, and you're going to win over time. And people say, well, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Really? That's what you're telling me? Really? What's that say? This is on a $30,000 account. Okay, you want to look at all the two accounts put together? I'm going to tell you what. Let's just look at it. Let's just look at this fund, right? Here's a fund. We'll take how's this one doing? $375,000 and $1 million account. Hello, it's the $1 million again. Buying power. This is kept at the amount of buying power that we're using. It's not $1 million in the account. It's $1 million with a buying power. There's a lot more money in the account than that. It's $1 million in buying power. When I say a $30,000 account, that's buying power, okay? Because that's the only fair way to do it. If you have $10 million and I have $1 million and we're both investing $1 million, my risk tolerance is much lower than yours, right? Also, if we make $1 million, I will have 100% profit. If you make $1 million and you have a $10 million account, you're using $1 million in buying power, you only made a 10% profit. You made 10%, I made 100%. We both made the same amount of money. We both used the same amount of buying power. It's just that your account is bigger than mine. Okay, so that's not the fair way to do it. You can't just say, oh, if I had a $1 million account, what would I trade? It's if I had $1 million in buying power. And how do you decide what buying power to use? Never go over 30% of your account in any equity trade. In SPX, I would never go over 60%. I've heard some people go 70, maybe even 50 is where I want to be. I don't want to lose more than 2.5% of my account in any single day because I know I can have a run of 10 days of losing. I have a high risk tolerance. If you have a low risk tolerance, then you should probably say, I don't want to lose more than 1% or 2% a day. These are tried, and these are pearls of wisdom I'm giving here. This is based on years and years of trading. I've probably done, I don't know if I've done more SPX than anyone else, but I've done a lot of them, okay? And I certainly have backtested. I probably have backtested more than most retail traders, right? We're doing 7 million, and I just hired 2 more people. All they're doing is backtesting, and they're doing statistical analysis and programming as well. So those numbers are going to go up. Excuse me, are going to go up. We're going to be backtesting other criteria. But if you say, well, there's 390 trading minutes in a day, and you're going to look at 10 premiums for each one, that's 3,900 trades per day. And then you say, we're going to look at 10 stop losses. Well, now you're at 39,000 trades a day. And then you say you're going to look at, say, 10 wing widths, okay? Now you're at 390,000 trades a day. And so now you're looking at 390,000 trades a day, and you got 250 trades in a year, trading days in a year, and now you're at 50 million trades you're going to analyze. And then you say, well, wait, you got to do one trade is the put credit spread, and another trade is the call credit spread. So now you're going to have to double that. Now you got 100 million trades that you're going to have to back test every week. Okay, that takes a lot of people and a lot of computer power, and it takes not bogging down options Omega. We try and do it late at night, and so you have to say, okay, 100 million is too much. Let's figure out a way where we can build our own database. We pull the data and hold that data so we don't have to repeat it. There's no reason to back test. And we're doing it for 6 months for 250. If we only did it for 7 days, that would cut it down substantially. But then we have lots of more strategies that we want to test, and we lots of more tweaks to it. You want to put in opening range breakouts, reverse iron condors, double calendar spreads, and you want to you want to put in what you want to put in. Well, you only want to do when the VIX is high, VIX is down. You want to do a gap up, gap down. There's all kinds of combinations, literally hundreds of combinations in options Omega, and you start piling all those on into the weekly back test at 390 minutes, and it gets to be a gigantic number. So yeah, we do a lot of back tests, and the only way to manage that data once it comes back is to use AI. Whoa, we just got to fill on something. But we must be heading down. Look at this, 450. We just got to fill to the downside. So, I should be, no one cares about this. What they care about is where we are in real time. So look, now we're up $500. Like I say, you can't really keep track of this. It just keeps moving. If it really matters to you, if you're stuck to your screen watching this, then you're betting too big is what it is. You're just absolutely betting too big. All right, so let's take a look over here at Tasty Trade. You know what I ought to do? I ought to get a screen up here of, this is where we are this is the Qs, right? And look at this bad boy. This has been coming down all day. This looks like we got into a new low. I love this. Let's take a look at our positions. So I sold these at 222. I can get 242 right now. What have I got a working position at 255 for a crazy Ivan at 265? It's not looking that crazy now, right? And this CLS, this keeps dropping. It's down 50 points today. What is that, like 20%? And still, Maria's, the earnings play that she put on there is still great. It's down $600-700. It doesn't matter because she still got 14 points to the good for safety. And by the way, let's say what happens if it comes down to in the money, right? I'll show you exactly what happens. We're just going to roll it. She'll probably roll it down and out. She likes that. So she'll roll it out here. And what's she going to do? She's going to take this out to say, we want to look for a credit that's 0. So she's going to roll it here. And let's see here. Still, they don't even have they don't have something. They'll put up, later in the day, they'll put up another strike price. But she doesn't want to do it for a credit. She wants to do it for credit, but she's going to go lower than that. She's probably going to be able to get it down to 260, right? So if this dropped down to her strike price of 280, she could roll this down and out. So she'd roll it out to 43 days. Right now she's on February 13th. She'd roll it here. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's just add some more time to this particular one. We're going to roll this. Let's see if we can go even further out, right? So she's going to come out here, and this time, yeah. Oh, thank you very much. All right, she says my camera is frozen, so time to go. Thanks a lot. Hope you guys have a great day. We're all done for today. We'll be talking to you soon. I see my camera is frozen, so that's it. All righty, I'm going to end the stream here. Thanks a lot. You guys have a great day.